The African Union Political Affairs Department Wednesday held a briefing for journalists and academics on the African shared values. According to Dr. Salah Hammad of the African Union, these shared values are the provisions that were agreed on and adopted by African heads of state and government to bring a sense of unity to the process of integration. Momodou Jallow sat down with Dr. Salah Hammad to talk about the African shared values and their significance for the continent.
In fact, a lot of African shared values, and they are not shared at the African Union level, in fact, but they are shared at the continental level. And those shared values are stemmed from our adopted and agreed on instruments, charters, treaties, conventions at the continental level. And some of the shared values, of course, if not all of them, are very part and parcel of our daily lives. Our respect to each other, our tolerance to each other, dreams of good governance and democracy, our dreams of having freedom of association and freedom of expression, our dreams, of course, to have a good health system and a good educational system. So those are all the dreams that are we look into them as African shared values. The media role in popularizing the African shared values is absolutely important, and that is because the media is one of the most important instrument or mechanism that can really link the African ordinary citizens around the continent to the policymakers. So really we count a lot on the intervention of media and also the engagement of media in the process of popularizing our African shared values. Yeah.
I understand you're going to different cities within Africa to popularize or to raise more awareness on these African shared values.
The African shared values were officially adopted by our heads of state and government in January 2011 during the 16th summit of the African Union. And then after that we decided to really try to pass on the information and share the information with the African people. And that is because our leaders decided now that the African Union as a continental organization is no longer an organization that is only representing member states, but in fact the African Union is a people-centered organization. So as a result, we want to go around in many parts of Africa to introduce the African Union to the ordinary citizens, and also to engage with them on how they want to see out of this African Union and what they want to see the African Union doing for them.
Do you think at the end of the day, this year that we are celebrating the 50th anniversary, these shared values will help Africa move ahead in its drive to entering democracy and human rights?
Indeed. In fact, the entire purpose of identifying African shared values is to speed the process of integration. Africa cannot really be united and prosperous without a foundation for stronger integration, and that is why our heads of state and government, to show their commitment to this integration process, adopted the African shared values during the January summit of 2011. So that is an indication of how committed our leaders are. But now we're thinking about the engagement of each and every African in this process.
Well, Dr. Salah Hammad of the African Union there in an interview with Momodou Jallow. Well, we're going to take a very short break now. The news continues when we come back.